So, CMB Made Knives recently came out with a new button lock, and it is the TNB. And it's actually pretty cool. I will have everything linked down in the description, but it comes in different colors. It has a fantastic flipping action, beautiful drop point blade, nice little compact drop point. You can get a full grip on it. The blade shape is a super duper useful design, nice pokey tip. Then it is in 14C 28M blade steel. You know I love to see that. Rock solid lockup, by the way, rock solid. And it has a really cool sound. Listen to this. There's a couple CMB made knives that have really cool sounds, so it's one thing I definitely appreciate when a knife has awesome acoustics. Super free dropping. I mean, this thing is as free as it gets while no play, so that's really, really cool. The G10 seems like it's done pretty well. It has this nice little pattern in there. Then this one has the white G10 backspacer, but there's different versions. We have an inset deep carry clip with flat screws that is reversible. So lefties, you are included here. Now, as far as, like I said, ergonomics go, I can get a full 4-finger grip. If I spread out, you know, I get 3.5, but I can easily get 4 on there just by, you know, pushing up a little bit. So no problems there. And this is going to be a great size for a lot of people. A lot of people are in this size range for all their knives, or at least most of their carries. I think it's about a 3-inch blade. Let me just double check, but I'm pretty sure it's a 3-inch blade. Yes, the blade length 2.87, so just under 3 inches. So this is even going to be legal in a lot of places. Now, the HRC on the 14C, it's pretty wide range, and you'd think like that seems like a little bit of a wide range, but 14C does really well between 58 and 62. So regardless if it's 58 or 59, 14C does great, 58 to 59. I obviously would like to see it at 61, 62, but it doesn't do bad like a lot of steels. A lot of steels, that little bit is, you know, goes a long way with some steels. With 14C, it's not so bad. And, you know, there's also another reason why 14C is so easy for companies to heat treat well. And that's another reason why I love it, you know, and why, you know, I rave about it on the channel, because a lot of these knives, most of these knives are all production knives. So being a production knife, you want them to use a steel that they're going to have the abilities to do good heat treatments on. Beautiful stone washed finish. Let's talk about a couple negatives. So I wanted to complain about the sharpening choil and plunge grind, but I don't think I can. They actually left you quite a bit to sharpen off there. I wish it didn't taper so far. I wish it tapered to about right here and you had all the life to sharpen off, kind of like how they did the Predator. I love how they did the Predator. This is like the best sharpening choil you can ever ask for on a knife right here. You see how the plunge grind starts and ends right away, and you have all of this life, every bit of this to sharpen off. So as you sharpen up the blade, you know, you're never going to hit that plunge grind. And by the time you do, you know, the knife's going to need to be thrown away at that time anyways. One of my most recommended knives right now is the CMB Predator, by the way. I think this is a phenomenal knife. 14C 28N, about 70 bucks, with an incredibly strong crossbar lock, by the way. I mean, this thing has incredible strength in their springs, like some of the strongest I've ever felt. So great detent, great ergonomics, great everything. Phenomenal, phenomenal work knife. Now this one, you know, it's not, the plunge grind's not as good on this one, but you know, they gave you still something to sharpen off, so I'm not too mad at it. T6 hardware, I wish it was T8s. You know, I always complain about that. You know, I'd rather see T8s on everything than T6s. T6s strip out easier, T8s don't, or not as easily. So Now, even though this is something so tiny, it doesn't even matter because in all reality, at a distance, you can't even see it. But I'm never a fan of words on the clip. I prefer them to just be plain. Now, it's not like this knife has a ton of billboarding or anything. You got the CMB logo, the designer's logo. So I just don't think the designer's name has to be here too, but I do like how that it is very muted. There's not a lot of billboarding, but I don't like that they did put this little tiny thing on the clip, even though it's not that big of a deal, and in all reality, you'll pretty much not see it, you know, especially anybody else looking, you know, because it's so small. Other than that, the one other thing I could say is the button does protrude quite a bit, so you know, you can use the button to flick it out. So if it's in your pocket, I guess, and you did bump it, you know, it could, I guess, potentially open, but I don't think it will because it's going to be against the seam of your pocket anyways. So the chances aren't likely. And you know, I don't feel myself hitting it in any way, shape, or form. Even if I choke up all the way to here, I can't accidentally hit it. But it does poke out a little bit farther than I would prefer. I prefer it to be a little bit more inset. Not that big of a deal, you know, on this kind of knife, but some button locks, I would complain about that a little bit more. This being a little lightweight, compact, you know, EDC knife, it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, man, really awesome, really cool little knife, and yeah, they did a good job on it. Once again, CMB kicking ass once again. We'll see how this button lock holds up over time. As far as right now goes, I'm impressed with how solid it is for how smooth it is, with absolutely no stick either. Sometimes I worry about having no stick because I feel like it's gonna eventually get blade rock with no stick, but nothing yet. So we'll see how this goes. Like I said, everything will be linked down in the description. I'll even link, you know, the CMB Predator and some other knives that I really like from them. You guys work hard, stay tough. Society's relying on you. Until next time, peace.